Hey guys, Mr. T here, just doing another video. This one is on percentage of a quantity, or finding how much a certain percentage of a quantity is. So to find a percentage of a quantity, you need to understand that multiplication means A lots of B, or something lots of something else. So you could think of it with a basic thing like 2 times by 3 means 2 lots of 3, or you can apply that to fractions. So I know half of something is 0.5 or 1 over 2. If I want to find half of a certain number, I times it by that fraction. So I know half of 6 is 3, right? But if I did, say 1/2 times by 6, what's that going to give you? It's going to be 1 over 2 times by 6 over 1. 1 times by 6 is 6 over 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So you can see that multiplication has a lot of meaning behind it if you really think about it. So you can find a fraction of a quantity by multiplying the quantity by that fraction or decimal, based on the evidence there. Now, because percentages can convert to fractions and decimals, multiplying the percentage's corresponding fraction decimal by the quantity finds the percentage of that quantity. So that's a lot of gibberish, mumbo jumbo, but I tried to break it down as well as I could in words. This might be one of those cases where it's easier to break it down in terms of an example. So if I wanted to find 50% of 60, I know 50% as a fraction is 50 over 100. That cancels down to 5 over 10. That cancels down to 0.5, or also it even equals 1 over 2. They're all the same. And now if I wanted to find half lots of 60, or what half of 60 is, I would go 0.5 times by 60, which is going to be 30. Okay, so that has told me what 50% of 60 is. That same methodology can be used for any percentage and any quantity. You just times the fraction or the decimal by the quantity you want, and it'll spit out what that percentage of the quantity is. So I've got 1.5% of 2200. 1.5% as a decimal is going to be divide by 100, so it's going to be 0.015. Lots of 2200. Now that's going to be 0.015 times by 2200. That's going to be $33. Is 1.5% of 2200. Now 108% of 5,000 kilograms. 108%, what's that going to be as a decimal? Divide by 100. So move the decimal point twice to the left. It's going to be 1.08. Times that by 5,000. That's going to be 1.08 times 1.08 times by 5,000. That's going to be 5,400. Right, so there's a couple of examples of finding a percentage of a particular quantity. Hopefully that helps you out. See you in the next video.